Welcome back in, guys, to the King Josiah TV podcast, where the show is created to educate, promote, and influence the kingdom of Jesus Christ in this world. I am your host, Josiah. If it's your first time here, I need you to do me a huge favor. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button right below. Hit the like button so this video goes out to more people like you that enjoy this type of content. If you're listening audibly on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, go ahead and give me that follow button, guys. But let's go ahead and jump into today's show.
Already flexing my God and all of his authority. Practice was preaching purity, priority. Can't conform to it, even his maturity. Choose to go that way, God has been restoring me. They grilling the boy, cause I won't let them George forming me. Try to put me in a box, I got off the ropes, I won't let them corner me. God has been warning me, tell his people ain't no room for lukewarming me. Order me, Lord, it be your will, it never was mine. Like Amazon Prime, his turnaround time around prayer.
All right, Donnie McClurkin. Very serious subject. He recently got accused of essaying another man. I believe it started somewhat, and I believe they said in the early 2000s, ended roughly around 2015. And I took a little time to talk on this because I didn't want to jump on it right when it came out. So this dropped, I think, about almost a week to 2 weeks ago. He just had a live this last week where he talked about it. And the reason why I didn't want to jump on it so quick is because of, honestly, wanting to give him a fair shake because, he's an easy target. And so let me go ahead and pull up, his first statement, because the gentleman came out saying that he had essayed him since he was younger, had groomed him. He came to him because he was struggling with his sexuality. Give you guys a brief synopsis. This young gentleman was struggling with his sexuality, came to Donnie McClurkin because he read his book, came for mentorship. Donnie McClurkin ended up hiring him. He states that over the years, Donnie McClurkin forced himself on him, writing him an email indicating at the end that he was sorry he was a gross old man. So it was just a lot of things, grooming and things that he was saying that he was doing. But a lot of these people, they can easily pick on things that, Donnie McClurkin has been outward about. Now, if Donnie McClurkin is wrong, hey, he's wrong, and we've got to, he's got to pay for his sins. If he truly did this man wrong, if he truly was grooming this kid, if he truly sexually assaulted him and was coming on to someone that's young enough to be his son, he's wrong. He deserves the extent of the law, and as well as supposedly a man of God as well, he deserves to get it. Again, the reason why reason why I held back and didn't say anything is not because I'm partial to him, but because, again, it really stems from 1 Timothy 5:19. The New Testament verse, the Bible instructs believers not to accept accusation against a church leader or elder, which is what Donnie McClurkin is. Is supported by the testimony of 2 or 3 credible witnesses, emphasizing that the standard of fair judgment and protection against slander. And so, guys, Donnie McClurkin was talking. So we're gonna go ahead and just initially pull up his initial Facebook post. This was the first Facebook post. We're gonna get to the live. He actually had a live that he posted as well. But this is the initial Facebook post. I think this was his lawyer that made the initial statement. It's big enough for you guys to read on the screen, but I'm gonna read from my because that. It's too small for my eyes to see as I read that to you guys. So this is the initial statement. This was the first thing that was put out. I'm trying to paraphrase it the best I can, but statement by Pastor Donnie McClurkin through his attorney. And it looks like, with humility and faith and deep respect for Christ and global respect for the music and the ministry character, I addressed this letter. Many of you are aware of the profane allegations, sexual assault, rape, and coercion that have been recently logged against me. I want to distinctly claim and unequivocally that these allegations are contrived and untrue. I understand the weight of these false claims, especially in the community rooted in faith. Trust that these teachings of Jesus Christ, a sexual violence in any form, is a real, painful, and reality, and too many, and not to be used frivolously. True survivors deserve to be heard, protected, and supported. And at the same time, truth matters. and the truth has not been told. And through, even though I know many have already formed their opinions based on initial belief and controversy, as they were apt to do something of the false nature, I asked the community exercise patience, trust in God's timing through everything fully comes to light. And there's one more portion, the end of it. I'll let you guys, if you want to go to his Facebook a lot, you've probably seen this. He ends it pretty much saying, please pray for the accuser as well as the serious and sincerely, I thank everyone for the continued prayers and support and faith, and God bless you all. It's going to be better after a while. Sincerely in Christ, Donnie McClurkin. Attorney Greg, looks like Ellis. So guys, there was, and then he did come out with a live later on, but just for purposes of sharing everything with you guys, I wasn't gonna pull it up, but actually let's go ahead and I'm gonna pull up an article on it so you guys can see the individual um that was the accuser, and just a little bit more information on the story. So just a second here. So think this is the initial. Yeah, this is the dude that accused him. A Grammy Warman gospel singer, a pastor accused of sexual abuse from a young man. This is the young man here. Donnie McClurkin, Grammy winner, blah blah blah, accused young man of several years of a apology email declaring himself a dirty old man, according to the new lawsuit. I think this is the dude's name. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm just kind of breezing over this guy's for you. Says the lawsuit has been struggling to reconcile his sexuality and faith and sought out Donnie McClurkin in 2003. And the lawsuit says Carletto, then 21, went to Donnie McClurkin's church in Long Island, New York, after reading the autobiographical book that I talked to you guys about earlier, which describes how God helped him to overcome the curse of homosexuality. At that point in the church event, McClurkin talked about being raped as a child, which resonated with him because of similar story. And Coletto said in an interview in NBC News, said he was brought to Donnie McClurkin after meeting him at an event, and the man took immediate interest in him, Donnie McClurkin. And so it just kind of goes on with the story. But you guys pretty much know about this, so I won't read everything there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Donnie McClurkin's last statement. Again, I do believe we should be getting a full story of this. And again, if Donnie McClurkin is guilty of this or actually did
I
this,
just wanted to let you all know, although this has caused much controversy and it's caused people to tried my best throughout all these years to be transparent. I've tried my best and held up the standard of Christ as best I can. Flawed in many ways sometimes, but transparent. And I transparently tell you that this is all fabricated and untrue. And I'm praying for the gentleman. I'm praying for the gentleman that he would regain some kind of lucid thought and give his life to the Lord, really. And just keep me in your prayers. And that's as far as I want to go with this. And on all, it's circulated through all of the major media markets. And I didn't want to go to NBC and TMZ and People Magazine and all the other places that it's been heralded. I wanted to come straight to you. And the best way to do so is through this social media. So know this from my heart to yours. This is going to be quite interesting But God knows, and I rely on the Lord. I rely on the Lord to bring all things to the light. And the one thing I've never done is the things that I've been accused of. Ever in my life have I done that. So keep me in your prayers. I'm going out to prayer at 7 o'clock. And you heard it from me now. I love you all. And the blood of Jesus keep you all covered. God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right. And that was his last statement that he came out with. And guys, just hearing all this, you know, it was very hard for me to initially believe it, but in the same conversation, it did raise eyebrows because he has been doing certain things like the Wicked movie came out. He's endorsing people to go see it. There's certain things that he's kind of came out with and said that kind of makes you think, is everything we know about Donnie McClurkin true? And God says the most elect will be the ones that'll fall. So, you know, as he said, let's let the truth come out. And a lie travels a lot quicker than the truth. So I'm not sure if this is true or not, but we are going to allow this to fully flesh itself out. And we want the truth to come out. And the God, like Donnie McClurkin says, let the truth come to light. And so I just want to read one more verse to kind of wrap this up for us in a way that us as Christians should position ourselves pertaining to how we should view these sort of things. So I'm going to pull that up here. So actually, I got it on my phone. I'm just going to read it off on my phone. It's from Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18 and 13. So from Proverbs 18 and 13. Before his downfall, a person's heart is proud, but humility comes before honor. The one who gives the answer before he listens, this is foolish and disgrace for him. A person whose spirit can endure sickness, but who can survive a broken spirit. So, guys, we need to be slow to act and listen. And we will hear out the truth. And I do believe God will bring the truth out. And if Donnie McClurkin, if you are, you know, guilty of this, you know, God will handle it. And if not, God will vindicate him. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end today's podcast there. I hope you guys have enjoyed the King Josiah TV podcast, episode number 44. I know we talked about some controversial things, some things that start some conversations. You guys know, like I always say, I like to have the conversation. Go ahead and argue with me in the comments, talk back. And before we get out of here, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, hit the like if you've enjoyed the video. And guys, I will be back with you next week dropping a new EP. But thank you guys again for tuning in, and I will see you later.
When my salvation on me like it's a helmet. The way you to sin is death, for send you to hell quick. Want it to be all about